Welcome to this video about Total.js Flow. Today I am introducing a very important topic about Total.js Flow, the flow components. The components, I don't know what to say because this video is so important, because without components we cannot talk about Total.js Flow. The components are in the heart of Total.js Flow, and we thank God, we thank the community of Total.js Flow for building some already existing components and putting them free for use in the Total.js Flow applications. We thank you so much, Total.js Flow community, for doing it for us. Now in this video I have to explain you these components to you, to make you understand them, how they work and how to use them, because all these components created by many people have something in common that every Total.js Flow programmer need to understand, need to know. And without talking too much, let us get started. Okay, last time we created this very simple application, a hello world application with some components. I didn't explain things because I was preparing this video to explain you everything. Okay, this hello world application is made up with two components, a trigger component and a print component. Okay, we are going to create another flow, okay, for this video. For creating, we can click on this button and say components as the name of the, and I don't know what okay, let me take this, okay, and submit. As this video is about components, we are creating a flow called components. After you open up your flow for the first time, it is going to open this panel for you to create to download your components. Okay, how to say, we have three kinds of components, and you can see it here. Three types of components. We have some components for triggering data in the flow, some trigger components, some output components, and some action components. This is very interesting to understand. Okay, if you need trigger components, you can search. If you need output components, you can search. Okay, this is how I'm going to split my or to explain my videos. Firstly, trigger components. Okay, but first of all, how do you show this panel? Okay, if you open up this, you can have it here. If you don't have a flow component already installed, you can click here to download your first flow component. If you click, the panel comes out. Here also, if you click on this plus button, okay, you will be able to either create a new component or download already existing components. There are some other type of components that you can have from TMS sources, but these are some very specific components that come.
It's 17 hours
into our flow. So you click on download and the same panel comes out again. Okay, how to create to install the components? You just click, you just scroll and see the categories, the group of components, and you can choose the components with, from already existing, and build your application. But we are going to focus on trigger components. If you get down here, you will find a group called trigger. Okay, on this trigger group are the trigger components that you can use to create and inject some data into your flow. It is even in the human body, you need something to pump the deployed into the your system. Okay, and this is the heart. Okay, as analogy to it, you can have trigger components. Like you have a trigger component firstly, which is able for creating some data. Okay, and you have many components like that. You just click and download, click on import. Okay, and as they are highlighted here, you will find that it is listed here also. But if you don't want to prompt you by asking you if you need to confirm before you import, you can uncheck here, and from now you are able to just click. Okay, just click and you are able to install them. After you import your components, you are now able to close it. Nice. These are some trigger components here that you can use. Trigger components are just components that can create and inject some data into the flow. Like this component is injecting its data into the flow by clicking on run. The type of data you can inject into the flow are simply what you see here. The type of data, it can be a string, a number, a boolean, a date, or buffer base 64 data, something like this. It is very important to choose the type of data accordingly to the kind of application you want to create. But you can inject some random data or decide to put some keystop, like a string. I was putting hello world last time. Okay, but you can put if you choose a number or an object, you can create an object and inject it into the flow. Okay, let me get back to a string like that. But the common point about them is that you can inject some data with some trigger components, and as you can notice, they only have output for injecting data into the flow. Okay, if I take this notify component, the same thing. This timer means that it can inject some data after some interval of time. Okay, and this is very important. You can see that you can have some cron tab. This is very interesting too. Okay, to give some specific and professional way of creating intervals, like every month, every minute, every hour, every 3 hours, with the cron tab, standard. Okay, and also you can have some components like minutely and http route exec. Okay, nice. If you want to learn about these components deeply, you can right click on it and read information. Okay, we have a small description of the component. Okay, after that you can close, as you can also add some nodes into your components, and this is common to every component you will take. Okay, you can have some components like that, some nodes, like some nodes. If you submit, it will give some nodes here, but if you don't want, you can edit, remove it, and submit. Okay, you get back to the same size, same format of component. Nice. These components, as I said, can create and inject some data into the flow. Okay, some other components may be action components, like you can have some, let me download some action components, like string operation. Okay, string operation can do an action into the data of any trigger component, but at least it is, if it is some string, like here the string component is an action component, and yes, action components are different, and I will create another video to explain action components. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.